morning, guys. So just a recap of yesterday's discussion. Okay, first thing, we are done with prerequisites, which are required to set up or run Cypress. What are the prerequisites? Download and install. Okay, which application? Node.js. Once that is done, what is other requirement? VS Code. Download and install. Then download the application code with the given URL and unzip the folder or downloaded file. Okay. Open the VS Code. Click on File menu. Select Open folder. Okay. So input above unzip folder. Now in VS Code, click on Terminal option. Open terminal. So terminal is nothing but command prompt. So once you open the command prompt, so what we are supposed to do? NPM install, to install all the dependencies. To install all the dependencies. So your system is ready to run Cypress automation scripts. And then we have to install and configure Cypress with the below command. What is the command? NPM install. Which application we are supposed to install? Cypress. Right. Once it is done, we have to open our Cypress GUI. We can able to use Cypress commands as well, but we are supposed to go with the UI as it is very easy to understand in the initial days. Okay, so what is the command? npx. Okay, Cypress. Which application we want to open? Cypress, and open. So up to this moment, so we are done yesterday, and we are able to see Cypress LaunchPad. Okay, we selected. Okay, end to end. Okay, so end-to-end testing section. Okay, and then we created a spec file. We created a spec file. Spec file is nothing but a automation script where we can able to write our automation script, any spec file. So we need to create a spec file and we need to write our operations. What are the operations we are able to do? We need to describe the test. We need to describe the test. So, and then in the description, so description is nothing but a test suite. So we have a it block where we can able to write our own tests. So it block stands for test cases. Describe stands for test suite. Okay, so it is simply like a method. So how you are defining? So initially we are providing the information about your test suite. For which feature you are supposed to conduct the testing. And then, so you have a basic skeleton of the method. Okay, so the same. So just copy paste everything. So you need to define that, you need to describe your test, and then in describe, so we have the it blocks. How many it blocks it may contain? Number of it blocks based on the conditions you are supposed to test. So similar to this. So this is what we discussed yesterday. Now, so we are planning to execute this in the Cypress. So we would like to create few scripts for our application. Okay, right. So are you guys ready? Right. So this is the Cypress, okay, GUI, or we can call it as Cypress LaunchPad. Let me close and open once again for you. Right. So this is our VSS Code. So how to open this? Again, I'm repeating. So this is a shortcut. So from our previous setup, double click on this. It will be launched like this. So this is the folder which we already extracted. So we downloaded from GitHub and we unzipped it. So this is the file. Okay, so this is the structure we have. So whenever you installed Cypress by using npm install Cypress, so you can able to see this folder structure. So what exactly it contains? Let's forget about all the other things. So there is a E2E section, end to end. So here we can able to create all your tests. How do you define your test? In the spec file. So it contains so many spec files. So this is our spec file. Okay. So this is our application. Yesterday we struggled to run this application, right? So that is the reason. So NPM Run Down is a command to run your local host in your computer. So that local host URL is defined here. Just copy this link. This is a localhost 3000. What is the port number? 3000. Open the new tab. It's a JavaScript testing application. So to conduct a testing, automation as well as manual, whatever you are comfortable, you can able to go with that. Okay, right. See this. So there is a drop down. Okay, options. So there is a text. So there is a subscription text box with a subscribe button. All right. So there are 4 courses. How many courses we have? I want to test, is this text is available or not? 25 lessons, free and open source. Okay, right. First, note down the points. How do we manually test this application? Right. This is the unzipped folder of the GitHub location. Okay, so where we downloaded, that was unzipped here. So this contains the code, all these things. So I just navigated to this particular location by using file. Okay, open folder. Just browse it. You can able to see the same file structure is available here. And on top of that, yesterday we installed the Cypress by using the command Cypress npm install Cypress. So now I want to open the terminal. So to start our work. So installation is only one-time activity. But how to launch our terminal or launch our Cypress LaunchPad? So by using npx Cypress open. npx Cypress open. So npx Cypress open. Click on enter. So it will launch Cypress LaunchPad. LaunchPad is nothing but GUI. Cypress GUI will be open in a couple of seconds. So there you need to select the respective browser, which browser you are supposed to open. So all the installed browsers in your local computer will be available on the Launchpad for your selection. So based on your system capacity, it will take some time. Preferable RAM is 4. If you have 8 GB RAM, it's perfect. Below 4 GB RAM, so your system is not fit for Cypress. Right, so give some time. So one more thing is, we need to open this localhost 3000, right? So local application. For that, we need to have one more terminal. Open terminal. You can able to create n number of terminals in the VS Code. So entire code is for application apart from Cypress folder. So to launch your localhost 3000. From where we received it? From GitHub. There is a zip folder. After that, we unzip. Copied the developer's code for our testing purpose. All right. Okay. NPM Run Down. Right. Click on enter. So it will start your server or your web application server, we can call it as. So to customize your testing, so we created that application, which is very easy, and we can able to easily automate that application. So by learning small commands or some simple commands. So your GUI or Launchpad is open. This is the Launchpad. Once the GUI is familiar, we can able to go with the CLI commands, command line arguments. Okay. So what kind of commands we are able to use? So to avoid this GUI in the real time, we don't want to use the GUI. Just for your learning purpose, practice purpose, we are using the GUI. After that, we can able to run all your test scripts or test runs will be through command line only. We don't want to use all these GUI commands once you are familiar and you are onboarded to your project. Why? Because GUI utilizing more resources of your computer. Right. In between, we can go with this application server. This is Cypress documentation. As per yesterday discussion, Cypress is providing a beautiful documentation to learn on your own, right? So this is how to write your first ETE test. We are just blindly following the documentation. So let's see whether we can able to succeed or not. Let's go with the first step. Assuming you have successfully installed Cypress and open the Cypress. Is it true? Have you installed the Cypress? Yes, step 1 is done. Step 2. So are we open the Launchpad? Yes. Right. Now it's time to add your first test. We are also waiting for that. We are going to do this with the create new empty spec button. So which is having the documentation. So yesterday we saw this. Let's again go with that. Open the Launchpad. Still it is loading. What happened? Yes. So it is a one-time activity of configuring the E2E test or component test. So are you a developer or tester? We are testers. That's the reason we click on E2E configuration. So it is initializing the configuration and it is asking you to, are you going with the existing test cases or you want to create a new test case? So which browser we want to do? I'll use Firefox this time. Yesterday we used the Chrome. I want to use Firefox. Which version of Firefox we are using? That is also documented by your Cypress application 113. Click on opening E2E testing in Firefox. So we are launching our Cypress application, to run our scripts in which browser? Firefox browser. So this is a GUI selection. So in a while, so we can able to automate this with your commands. All right. So it is opening slowly. Just I'm cleaning my system so to speed up the process. So Cypress application is loading. You can able to see this Cypress renewal testing. Okay, so course is launching and localhost 5088. So our Cypress is launching with your all your test scripts. Okay, so this is what we can call as a Cypress LaunchPad or playground. So where we can able to play with all your scripts. So in your case, it may not be taking this much time. So as you have so less applications. So we are running our local application server. We are running our Cypress application and we have multiple applications running in the background. So that's the reason it is taking time. So we already are aware of these tabs, right? Specs. All the specs are test cases. Runs, previous runs or history, we can call it as debug. So how to debug your application? There's a special one. And the settings. So to configure your Cypress. So we can go with the default settings at this point of time as we are very new to Cypress. Right? These are the folders we are already familiar. Yeah, I cleared the temporary files, so it may speed up a bit. Right. So these are the examples. I'll come to this point in your while. So this is, so we have a spec file. So we want to run it. If you want to run it, what we are supposed to do? Click on it. So the running is started. This is the running window. Cypress extension is missing. Okay, so Cypress cannot run tests without this extension. Please choose another browser. Okay, so what we need to set up the prerequisites. So there is a Cypress add-on for Firefox. So we need to go with that. So that is the reason I am not able to launch your Cypress run in the Firefox. Let's select one more browser. Go with Chrome. Just these are the things. Prerequisites we can call tests. So Firefox is go back to Chrome. It was activated and is trying to open in Chrome. By default, Electron is available. Even though you are not setting up any browser, you can able to select Electron Browser to run all your scripts by default. So mostly we don't want to do anything with the Chrome as well. Yesterday we played with the Chrome, right? Let's see that. If you want to run scripts in Firefox, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to add the add-on, Cypress add-on, and then try it out. It is running. So this is the Chrome 113. It was activated, and this is the browser. So we are running. So I just copied few scripts. Okay. It was activated entire application. Yes. It is opening the local host. What happened? So let me stop this run. So here is the stop button. If something is went wrong, you want to stop your test, you can able to stop. And there is an option to run all tests. So this is the GUI. So these are the specs. These are the past test cases you can able to see here. Tests. Okay. And this is opening testing preferences. So we don't want to worry about the preferences at this point of time. We can go with. So this is the refresh. So where you can able to run all your tests. So your application is open and doing some action. Right? So this is how to run existing test specs, okay, on your GUI. So now let me open a notepad. We want to create some test, manual tests for the application. What is the application? So we already opened this. So first we need to browse the URL. What is the URL? Application under test URL. AUT stands for application under test. What is that one? Localhost 3000. Okay. So we need to test few. Okay. So few conditions on the AUT. What are the conditions? Simply these three texts are displayed on your application or not. We can able to try with these three text files or these three inputs are available or not. So we want to test below items are present in the website or not. This is my validation as part of a testing as a manual tester or automation tester. So what we are trying to do as a manual tester, I can observe the application is these three contents are available or not. But as our tool is an intelligent like you, can it able to locate where exactly it is directly? First thing is, so we need to input the tool. Okay. So what you are supposed to test. Right? First thing is what you are supposed to test. So in this condition, we have two internal conditions we do have. What we are supposed to test? We need to test 4 courses. Okay. 4 courses. Okay. Keyword is available in the home page or not. This is the ideal condition, right? So for this, first we need to identify where exactly your keyword is present. This is your eyesight. As a tester, you can able to see the home page and identify that particular keyword based on your intellectual brain. Now tool is not intelligent, right? We need to educate the tool. So that is location of this keyword we need to supply to the application. That is the first one. Second one, what content we need to verify. We are providing the location. Second, validation. Is this content is correct or not? So first we need to say where exactly it is. Second, we need to get the information, value validation. First one is location. Second one is value validation. So what is location? Where exactly it is available on the home page. First, we need to browse the home page. In the home page, do we have this particular content on that particular location or not? Once it is identifiable, location is identifiable, then we can go with validation. Is this content is correct or not? Is this content is correct or not? So now in the Cypress, how do we identify that? Okay, in the test runner script, there is an option. So to identify the exact location of your application, let's browse it. An application itself failed. Right? So just we are visiting the home page. That is the first condition. So we are trying to open the home page of the application. So, right. So this is the option. So where we can able to identify the location. Select this. Activate it. So this is what we are supposed to do. So you want to suppose you are supposed to test this particular condition. No, what is the condition we are supposed to test? 4 courses is existing or not. Select it. So this particular selector, or we can call it as locator. So one match is identified. Let's copy it. Initially, learning is very easy. You don't want to do anything. Just copied file. So we are not guaranteed that it is always correct, but 90% it is correct. After that, you can able to bring your locators, comes to the picture. CSS locator, XPath locator, ID locator, name locator. So we don't want to entertain all these things in the 2 hour session. So just we are trying to understand where exactly we have the locators within the application. We can copy that, we can able to use and start working on the Cypress. Once we are good enough with a few comments, we can jump onto the locators. So these 2 day sessions are just to give the awareness towards Cypress. How easy it is, how to write basic scripts on any application. So that is the reason we are chasing with localhost. So first command is cy.visit. Visit is nothing but launching the home page, launching the browser. Any URL, if you want to open in Cypress, what is the command? cy.visit. cy stands for Cypress. So cy.visit and provide your URL. Is that much easy or not? So that is the first one. So everyone is blindly copy this and open your application which is under test, and your first job is done. Second job, identify the location of the item which you are supposed to test. That is also we copied. Right? So I'm running the test. So this time we need to have 2 commands in your script. First command, visiting the application. Yes. It is visiting. Second one is getting the element. So we are able to see pass or fail. Yes, this is also pass. Okay. So why only one test is pass? One it command. If you create second it, second test. Right. So we are able to identify this successfully. That is the reason we haven't seen any failure. Now, so I have a dissatisfaction. Test is pass, but I'm not sure. So is this really identify the correct information or not? So for that reason, we have introduced assertions. What are the validations in the automation? Assertions. So we are validating it through assertions. What is it? Contains what kind of test? Yes, you identify the element. Is this element contains the text which I supposed to expect? Right. What is the text? Yeah, 4 courses. So that means dot contains. So VS Code is very easy. So it will give you the suggestions as well. Contains. What exactly it contains as per your understanding? 4 courses. Right? Save your script, automatically run your application. It is refreshed and it is running your application. See that? Do we have success or fail? Launching the application. So your application will be okay, browser. Yes, first condition is done. Second condition verified, but it failed. Why? What exactly it is having? 4 space courses capital C. Right. What exactly we are providing in the application? Just expand it. Right. What it is mentioning? So, Mr. Tester, timeout, retrying after 400 milliseconds. So, this is a default timeout. Okay. So, expected to find content 4 courses within the element. What is the element? This is the element. But never did. We are not able to identify this. So, you have to mention right information. So, it is giving the information stating that, Are Babu, no which 4 courses na దగ్గర లేదు. Just I identify the space. Just giving the space. Will it work out? It's a case sensitive. So capital C should be there. So let me test this Cypress. As per our yesterday discussion, we are testing Cypress as a manual tester. Right? We are expecting 4 capital C courses, but we are supplying 4 C. So what is testing? Comparison between actuals and expectations. What is your expectation? Small c. Is it available in the application? No. It should be failed. Yes, it's failed. But as per the requirement, what we are supposed to provide? See, developer is right. Our tester script is wrong. Let me fix it. So trying to fetch the information. Yes. Again, it's failing. Why? Right. So if you are providing wrong data to the application, so can we able to get the success? Right. Tool is not intelligent. Whatever you are supplying, it is blindly follow and compare with the actuals. Whatever you are providing as an expected result, if it is wrong, your application or your tool will not get success. This time it is success. Is it clear? So your small mistakes leads to big confusions. Don't do mistakes. Right? So the first one is clear. What is the second one? Go with the highlighter. Yes, I want this. One match form. Copy this. Okay. This is the second chain in the same concept. The first chain, 1. Second chain, 2. Contains. Same command. We already familiar with the contains, right? What it's supposed to have? 25 lessons. Run. Will it get success? Yes or no? It should fail. Why? Because we missed plus. There is no 25 plus lessons. So it should fail. It should fail. Yes. Where exactly it is failed? It is mentioning the arrow mark. As a tester, you are supposed to expecting this, but I couldn't find in the application. Please correct it. So we are going to just add the plus. Can you able to write this simple contain statements? Contains is one assertion. We are able to verify the content is present or not. That is very easy and simple command. What is get? We are getting the item. We are getting the item's location. We are identifying the application item or field, or it is a locator, we can call it as get location and contains that content or not. Right. This is also success, right? Right. So let me change to the third one. Copy. We are only using one, okay, command, or else let me write site dot get. What is the get? Selector. Okay. So we need to provide the selector, right? What is the selector? And information. What is the selector here? Just blindly copy this. Which item you are verifying? Third item in the row. Right? Next. Contains. What is the third one? It is a open source, free and open source. And open source. Based on your spellings, it may be correct or it may be wrong. So we can able to copy and paste from your requirements. Right. It is running automatically. Control S, save the command. It is automatically refreshing the run as well. All are success. Okay. All right. Next, I want to identify this particular text box. Focus here. Which item? This item. Select it. Copy. So I don't want to ask you to write your own code. Just copy and paste with the playground. Okay. So dot. Previously, you just verify that whether it is the contains that information or not. Now, so you need to check it out and enter some text. Okay. So we are supposed to use. Okay. So what you are about to do here, you can able to type something. You identified the element and you can able to type something. So same direct command. It's like a simple English. Script is like simple English. cy.get. This is the type. What you want to type? Your email ID. Ramprasad@ramprasad.com. Right? So let's save it. If there is any syntax errors, your script will not run. So if everything is goes well, then only it go with the step-by-step process to run. So one test case with multiple validations. Let's go ahead. Yes. Yes. Working on last one. Yes. The typed item is available here, right? So here. So it maybe screen is very small. Let me read out. Is it visible? So my Ramprasad@ramprasad.com is already typed here. Why exactly typed here only? We supplied this location only. I asked the application to enter here only. Next one is subscribe. What kind of item it is? Button. What kind of operation we are supposed to use? Click. Select this. Click on subscribe. Okay. So get data test is equal to submit button. Click on copy to clipboard. Is it easier now? Now we identify the button where exactly it is. Now what kind of operations we are supposed to click here? Is it available? Save. Is it running? Step 1, browsing the application. Step 2, identifying the 3 text and validation. Identifying and validating it. And next, type the text. It is typing. Yes, successfully typed. And click on subscribe. Yes. Successfully subscribe. This is also text, right? So you need to provide just copy. As we are in very initial stage, we are just showing copy and paste to encourage your scripting capabilities. So in the real time, we don't want to use it. So we can able to type everything based on your information. Success message. Okay, right. Dot message contains. Okay, what is the message? Just try to copy paste. Or less, just success. We are trying to make it very simple. Success. Try to run it. Will you able to get success now? What is your expectation? Will you able to get the success? How do you get that? Already I subscribed. How do we get again success? It is throwing an error. That is my expectation. Then application is issue, right? How many times you subscribed? You already subscribed, right? So that is kind of issue. First time, it should not throw any error. But second time onwards, but the application is not throwing error. Right? Application is accepting. Subscribe. How many times a user can subscribe? Only one time. So that is functional issue. That's keep that aside. So is this contain success? Okay. So no failures, right? So let me go with the failure. Or else, let me try to do this once again. Success. Up to this moment, I don't have an issue. Open test application. This is it plug. Open application and subscribe first time. So this is the script for first subscription. Just blindly copy. Let me remove unnecessary files. This is it block, right? I want to create one more it block. Setup, right? This is the it block. This is the second it block. This is subscribe second time. So do we need to test all these things once again? Fine. So we visit the page, get this data, do once again, and this time what I'm expecting? This is actual test case which we are able to create like a manual tester. Just I'm automating. So what is the thing? I have two tests. Describe home page test suite or home page. Suite name is subscription test, which is very meaningful. And it contains first subscription test, second subscription test. So we are expecting both should be pass. First time subscribe ayinappudu success message ravali, malli subscribe aithe fail avali. Idi na test case. So then automate chesam sir, so we can able to run. Playground is ready to play with the application, right? Visiting the application. So subscription test is already started. Describe. So next application. So open application and subscribe first time. It was done. Get the failure. Why? Which test is failed? First test. Just give me a minute. Cannot be issued because we could not determine the actionability of this item. What is the test we are using? Or else so new email. So the same email we are trying first time and second time. Let's see. Is it a flaky application or is it a a stable application? We enter the and subscribe. Yes, subscribe. So open application and subscribe second time. Yes, opened again. Entered. Success. But what we are expecting? Failure. So once you are able to see this deviation, can we able to log a bug or not? So we need to log it up, right? What is our expectation? First time it needs to get the success. Second time it needs to fail. But application is also getting the success. So is it a bug or not? So as how you are doing manually, the same kind of behavior. So anytime. So always if you create one time, we can able to run n number of times, right? Right. So this is, so for what we learn, get, what are the commands we use? 3 commands. cy dot visit and your simple command URL. We don't want to write any kind of additional plugins. We don't want to write any plugins. We don't want to do any kind of code. Simple cy dot visit. Next, how to get the locations? Get or selector. Selector, we can call it as a selectors. We can identify the selectors, where exactly the location is, and assertion commands. What are the commands we can have? Contains, we user click based on the object we identified, right? Similar to that, we do have so many commands based on the manual operations which we are supposed to verify. We can check Cypress commands. What are the commands available? We can have a look at that and we can able to come back for practice. So where exactly we have Cypress help document. Let's open that. Right. So are we done with this? So this is the first script. So I'll show you that. How to create a new spec file. So we are using old spec file, right? Let me create a new spec file. How to create new test from GUI. Yesterday we created one spec file. We are repeating by modifying that particular spec file. We are writing new spec file from GUI. What happened? If not, let's close it. So how to open? Command prompt. How to launch our launchpad? NPX. NPX. Cypress open. So these are the regular commands which we are using for Cypress. So you need to by heart, or at least you need to practice multiple times. So to make you perfect with these commands. So I'll show you 5 more commands today. So we can able to practice simply and we can able to, okay. So end this particular workshop. So just practice is a playground to practice simple commands. So how we are practicing with the help of GUI. So what are the element you are supposed to test? Highlight that on that particular application and copy paste. Are we doing anything apart from that? Just we are using common sense like a manual tester. Identify the location, do the right operations. For operations, you are typing, just type. You want to verify whether the right content is available on that particular application or not. Contents. You want to click on a button, click. What else we have? Identifying the drop down. Okay. So checkbox, enable and disable. Those things we can able to see. Configure. All your end-to-end tests based on the location will be available. Select your browser. Let me select Electron this time. So we are selecting multiple browsers. Initially we selected Firefox. So we get out of the Firefox. Why? Because support to add-ons is not available on Firefox. Next we selected Chrome. Now we are selecting Electron. Can we able to test? Can we able to test? Edge. Yes, we can able to do next. So if it is available on your local computer, we can able to do it. So create new spec. Safari, we need to have a third-party plugins like Firefox. So there is a scaffold examples already I documented and copied for you. So now create new spec. Provide the spec name. Something on your name. Usually with the name should be application names. Create a spec. So by default, it is providing a template. You don't want to worry here as well. So what is describe, what is IT, what is it? So you can able to copy paste the structure and do your operations. So this is just describe is a test suite. It is a test case. So it is automatically creating, right? So do we need to worry? So just common sense is sufficient to take this further step, right? So okay, run the spec. Or you want to create another spec. It will go to the execution mode. Setting up your run. Yes. So what is the application they are using? Example.cypress.io. This is another application. So that application is launched automatically. If you want to change this URL, where exactly you are supposed to change? Let's see your VSS Code. Cypress. Where exactly we have the specs? E to E. Why? Because you selected E to E. Next, in the E to E, previously we have spec.cy.ts. That is your code. Already documented code. Now, new file is created with sample script. What we can call it as sample script. What it contains? A describe command and it command. So what is describe? Okay, so what we can able to do? Just go with the second test suite. You can able to name it. You don't want to change here. Just it. I'll copy 2 its. 2 test cases we are calling. Okay, we can call it as this is pass and this is fail. Just text, simply run. It will be executed. Just is document the names. Just this is a second test suite. It is pass. That is the first block. Fail, second. So easily understand at the time of debug, at the time of rerun. It is pretty easy, right? So what exactly you are doing? You are directly displaying on your runner. Right. So this is what we observed. So this is also clear. We ran the application script. We observed the results. So we played with multiple it blocks. Okay. Right. So write your first test. That's fine. We already wrote too many test cases, right? So he is verifying that. So dot to 2 equals true. Right. So there is a dot to 2 method 1 and equal. Let's understand or directly copy this. Just for your testing. This is the VS Code. Beyond CA dot visit. Okay. Let me remove this. Or let me remove this. Right. So it does not do much. You don't want to do it. Just a testing for your understanding. What is your expect? Expect is a keyword. What is your expect? True. It is equal to second thing. Copy the same thing. How your testing works? Comparison between expected result. What is expect? True. One test case pass, one test case fail. See this. Just a blind thing. Doesn't do much. What is the first it block? Okay, second test suite. So it is pass. Fail. See this. Fail is not defined. What is defined? True. So if it is true, get the success. Is it clear? This is the difference between pass and fail in Cypress. It's a blind pass and fail. How much time it is taking to write and run your Cypress commands? So less than 10 minutes, right? Fine. This is what we practiced now. Okay. So these it and describe and expect comes from Mocha framework. Okay, Mocha or Mocha framework. So this is one of the framework available on the automation testing. So Mocha framework is supporting Cypress. Cypress runs on Mocha framework. So it is a fully baked library. That means everything is readily available for you. Just you need to configure. So write a real test just for your understanding. So yesterday we committed that this documentation is perfect. You don't want to worry about the documentation, right? So is this document is followable? So can you able to learn your Cypress on your own or not by using this documentation? It's very simple. Right? So, right. Again, just it is, I'm showing the documentation, how pretty simple it is. So step one, visit a page. We already did it. Again, we are just reviewing it. Which website? We have a local website. We have a Cypress provided default examples.website. So first, let's visit a web page. We will visit our kitchen sink. So that is an application name, right? What is the command we are using? cy.visit. We already documented in the notepad, right? So we learned cy.visit, which is useful to open the application. So this is the example script. Just a simple video, what we did, the same example. Just for your reference, we already documented it, right? So that's it. Simple, type the script and run. It's very as simple as that. So even though you are not able to write your own lines of code, can we able to take the help of video and memorize yourself or not? Can we be ready as a basic understanding of Cypress automation tester? Right. Next. Query for an element. Query for an element. So how to do it? So this is visit cy.contains something, right? So that's we can able to take it out. You already familiar with cy.contains, right? So now that's we got a page loaded. We need to take some actions on it. So why don't we click a link on the page? Sounds easy enough. Let's go look for one, like how about type, right? Fine. cy.contains type. We already familiar with the contains. Contains hype. What you type? Let's see what exactly it is. Browse this example.cypress.io. It's a practicing website. Why? Right, sorry, it's a spelling mistake. Right. So what you want to test? You can test any one application. So this is the application. So you want to test something in this page. So what is supposed to test? Just copy the code. Just the copy of the code. Just replace with the new code, which is available for practice. So what it exactly describe? So it is my first test. It finds the content type. cy.visit example.cypress.io. cy, that is the Cypress command, which is the command contains. So the page should contains type. Let's see. Run. Go to the runner. Yes, Application is open. There is fetching the data type. Yes. This is the where exactly type is available. Yes, it is highlighted. So basically the best part is just I want to test it. Do we have hype or not? If available, it needs to highlight. No. Right. So is it clear? So if you want to test any content on the home page or sub pages or any page, we used to call contains method. So you can able to select one more item available here. You can able to go with the contains. The contains keyword should highlight in the output. Yes, the page open. Contains is highlighted. Right? Based on the, if you focus on the command which we are executing, it will be highlighted and it is best debugging. That's the reason we can call it as best debugging. So can we be able to practice this? Is this document is easy, followable? Fine. Right. So previously we just go with the contains type up to this point. Contains, internally contains. All the comments we can able to identify. Now I ask you to click on that particular highlighted item. Okay. This is done. Just I want to. So the resulting page should be no. Control C, Control S to save it. The file is saved and it will be a rerun again. Okay, it's open. So click. Yes. So what is the resulting page? Context. Right. Next. So we already familiar. So we already familiar with contains and click. So no need to worry about it. Let's go with that slowly. Yeah, make an assertion. So after click, what you are supposed to verify? That is assertions. Now you are verifying that contains that information or not. And you are clicking on that link. Up to that moment, perfect. So what is assertions? Is this meeting your expectations or not? Click on contains. Is displaying the contains page or not? How to validate that? cy.url should include. So previously basic validations we performed. Now we need to verify crystal clear comments. So cy.url is always used to point out towards the URL. Simple English, right? Right. Next, dot should. What is the English meaning of should? Has to complete. Right. Should include what we are supposed to use. Is this URL is having /command/actions. Let's just copy this and analyze this. Up to this moment, everyone is clear, right? Right. So should be on a new URL. If you click on this particular contains, it should be having a new URL. So includes this particular link. So now go with the manual one. I don't want to believe any documentation. Just I want to go with this. So in this page, click on contains. What is supposed to have? Commands dot. Right. So this is the standard command. cy dot URL. What you are verifying? URL content you are verifying. So cy dot URL dot assertion should. Okay. So should include comment. Rerun it and see, are we doing the right assertion or not? Contains, click yes, yes. This is the assertion. Expected and actuals. See this. So the URL which we are pointing to the URL cy.url. So the expected URL is https example.cypress.io/commands query to include commands query. Is it available or not? So in this part, we are capturing the current URL of the application. You already visited URL, right? After visiting, you perform some operations, right? So the current URL cy.url should, okay, should contains what? Should include is this text or not? Okay, next. Can we copy this statement and update to the multiple commands? Just simply copy. One hit block needs to be customized. So we want to create 10 tests and update. What is the first test? Find the content. Verify contains. Okay, verify contains link. Let me copy this. And replace this thing. Yeah, we have something went wrong. So this is the describe. This is the describe block. It should have open and close. Last one is close or else. So don't get into the wrong mode here. So one hit block contains open and close. So describe should have open and close. If you are confusing here in the copy paste, everything will be okay. So in the messy. Is the second one. Okay. Verify type command. This is the first one is how many commands we do have? So many commands we do have, right? Verify contains. Okay, verify type command. So that means it should have type. Go with the actual URL. Control F type. This is what we are doing, right? Click on type. Command actions. Let's copy this. And update your script. For type, command actions. Yes, perfect. This is also contains. Click on contains. Where is contains? contains command having query. So that means here, right? So we can able to copy to multiple things. So copy and paste is easy, right? Copy, and after copy, customization is very important. Use your brain like a manual tester and just copy and paste. Don't think, okay, very complex, it's very easy. What is the third command? Can we go with the get or traversal? Okay, so go with one EQ. EQ is also important. EQ. So command traversal. Command link should contain traversal. See, this is an example. This is an example for each and everything. So if you want to use example.cypress.io, that means how to use these commands is a simple syntactical example for your practice purpose. Okay, cy.get something, a particular selector dot equals to 1. So have you read about array? So list of items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the equals to 1 should contain the name. That's an example. So we can able to practice that. Just give me a minute. Okay, so what is the command? EQ. It's include what? Traversal. Okay, so traveling path. So how many? 3. Can we stop here? 3 commands. Control S to run it. So we need to see 3 commands. 3 links should be verified. Verifying the type command. Yes. Equal command. Yes. Something is went wrong. Traversal. So traversal is failed. Why? Expected actions, but we are receiving traversal. Okay. See what exactly we are performing. We are mentioning equal command in the description, but what we are typing here? So what we are typing here? Now your test will. So we have application issues, your script issues as well. This is a script issue, copy paste issue. Copy paste is every time a dangerous solution. We need to have a right customization. If not, everything is blunder. Can we get the pass now? So your error is clear. So we are receiving some URL, but you are expecting something. Please correct yourself. Perfect. Second command is also done. Again, it is mistake. Equal. Fix the problem or use force true to disable the error. What exactly it is? cy.click. Timeout, retrying after, because this element is not visible. Okay. So let's see this. Why exactly it got failed? Okay. First one contains done. Type command. Previous also it was verified. Fine. Is waiting for the option. Why exactly it is failed? Fix this problem or use force true or disable error checking. Let's come to this. Querying is we are able to identify. Type we are able to identify. But equal it is failing. Why? అదే చూస్తున్నాను అంటే టైప్ అనేది ఇంకా చాలా కింద ఉంది మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే టైప్ ఈస్ నాట్ జస్ట్ అబౌవ్ ద ఈక్వల్ టైప్ అనేది ఎక్కడ ఉందమ్మా లాస్ట్ లో ఉంది ఇక్కడ సో టైప్ అనేది ఈజీగా ఐడెంటిఫై చేసినప్పుడు ఈక్వల్ కూడా ఈజీగా ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి కదా ఇట్ ఈస్ సేయింగ్ దట్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఈస్ హిడెన్ లెట్స్ రీరన్ దిస్ ఓకే టైపింగ్ క్లిక్ equal is not identifiable. ఇంకా మనం లొకేషన్ తీసుకోవాలండి వెరీ బేసిక్ గా ఉంది కదా దిస్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఈజ్ నాట్ విజిబుల్ బికాస్ ఇట్స్ పేరెంట్ ఓకే సో డ్రాప్ డౌన్ మెను హ్యాస్ సిఎస్ఎస్ ప్రాపర్టీ డిస్ప్లే నన్ అది కనిపించలేదు లెట్స్ ఫిక్స్ దిస్ ఇన్ ద లేటర్ స్టేజ్ ఓకే సో నెక్స్ట్ గో విత్ టైటిల్ అండి we can go with the title. So we can play with the okay items later, not this point of time. Window. Just as a hyperlink, just we are trying to identify the content and we are able to click on it, verifying that resulting URL is right or not. Very simple command. This time Windows also working fine. Okay, so the examples application is designed in such a way that they have open flaws. So to think on those lines, we can able to come to that equal. Why it is empty? Display is empty, so it is not visible. We make it as visible. Then only it will be identified. Or else, so we need to identify the hidden items that we can see later. So 3 tests. You can able to expand the test. What exactly work can visiting this URL. So we are verifying that this application contains keyword. This is the screenshot. Click. This is a pointer, right? It is clicking on it. Page loading. So the content is loading. New URL. So what is the URL? This is the URL available here. And what is your expectation? You accepted this. That's the same. So easy debugging. Okay, easy screenshots. Everything is available for your debugging purpose. Right? So what is the new command which we use? cy.url and should. cy.url is used to restore the URL into the condition and we can able to go with should. In the should also we have a keyword called include. And here navigation, required navigation. Okay, so come back to the documentation once again. So is it clear? So we can able to do some operations on your application and we can able to assert. What kind of assertions we observed? cy.url assertions. cy.contains assertions. So similar to that, cy.type and assertions. Adding more commands to the assertions. Okay, so cy.get email. This is selector and type your email. Yes. So now verify that value has been updated or not. cy.get same email should have the value. Previously include we used it, right? Now we have the option called have the value. So we are verifying the value. What is the value? Email. Right? This is the application. So if you want, you can able to copy directly, just execute and analyze. You don't want to use any of your brain. Just copy paste is solving all your puzzle. Control A, delete, Control S. See the execution. Okay, how it is working. No test found. What exactly happened? We haven't saved it. Something is wrong. Close open చూసుకోండి సార్. కాపీ పేస్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు క్లోజ్ ఓపెన్ తో ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది. సో కాపీ జస్ట్ చూపిస్తాను. ఈ కింద ఏం వదిలేసామండి? ఒక క్లోజ్ వదిలేసాం. దానివల్ల ఏమైంది? కథ కంచికి మనం ఇంటికి సార్ ఎప్పటికీ దొరకదు అది. మనం ఆ ఓరియంటేషన్ లో చూడం, కోడే చూస్తాం తప్ప క్లోజ్ అయిందో లేదో చూడం అనమాట. బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ టెల్లింగ్ దట్ యూ నీడ్ టు క్లోజ్. మీరేమనుకుంటారు? కోడ్ మొత్తం కాపీ చేశాను, రన్ అవ్వట్లేదు అనుకుని దాన్ని డీబగ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తారు. కానీ తప్పు ఎక్కడ వచ్చింది? కాపీ పేస్టే. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఇంటెలిజెంట్ టు డూ ద కాపీ పేస్ట్, యువర్ జాబ్ ఇస్ డన్. బట్ హావ్ యూ డన్ ద రైట్ థింగ్? దట్ ఈస్ ద థింగ్. సీ దిస్. ఫస్ట్ లింక్ ఏమైందండి? The first link is open the application, right? Second thing, contains. Third one, click. Mande vastunnatundante kaadu kada, right? So contains tarvata click tarvata em vachindi sir? URL ni verify chestunna. Fine. Up to this point no one have issues. Why? Because it's already experienced. Next one, get. చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఈమెయిల్ ఫీల్డ్ వచ్చిందండి. గెట్ లొకేటర్ ఏంటండి? .action.-email. సో మీరు సెలెక్టర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తే కనుక యు ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు యూజ్ ఇట్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ దే ఆర్ యూజింగ్ సంథింగ్ ఎల్స్. సో డేటా టాప్ అనేది వాడుతున్నారు. సో యూజువల్ గా ఏమవుతుందంటే సిఎస్ఎస్ సెలెక్టర్స్ వాడతామండి. సైప్రస్ ఈస్ బెస్ట్ సూట్ ఫర్ సిఎస్ఎస్ సెలెక్టర్స్. సో డాట్ అండ్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ ఐటమ్ నేమ్. సో డాట్ పర్టికులర్ ఐటమ్ నేమ్. ఐటమ్ నేమ్ ఏంటి? action.email. ఒక్కసారి సైట్ కనుక వస్తే కంటైన్స్ కదమ్మా. go with the blindly go with the same thing. Contains. We are having the contains. Contains లో ఎక్కడ ఉందమ్మా? సో there is a option. Where exactly it is? కాదు కదా. టైప్ అండి. సో టైప్ కి వచ్చింది తప్పులో. గో బ్యాక్. assertions ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయో చూడండి. assertions and where is type? టైప్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్న చూడండి. actions types. సో టైప్ లో ఈమెయిల్ ఉంది. సో right click, inspect element. Okay, so inspect element. What is the element? ఒక్క నిమిషం అడ్జస్ట్ చేసుకుందాం ఉండదండి. ఓకే, సో ఇది ఒకసారి హైలైట్ చేస్తే see this. Okay, so email 1.form.control. dot action hyphen email. Dot action hyphen email. See this. So this is the class. Okay, type email, placeholder email, input, ID is equal to email, class is equal to form control, action hyphen email. Okay, form control. So tarata space వచ్చింది కదమ్మా. So we can able to represent it as dot. Dot action email అనేది మన CSS selector ఇక్కడ. So that is the reason they mentioned here cy.get. We are familiar with this. What we are supposed to mention? What is your selector? So always we used to use dot whenever you are defining CSS selector. Dot, what is the name? Action hyphen email is your name. Okay. On that, just you are identifying here. Okay. So dot action email. So we have so many what we can say plugins for the browser. Okay, so XPath select cheyadaniki, CSS selector select cheyadaniki. So we have so many selectors. Okay, so edaina use cheskondi. Naaku kavalsindi you need to uniquely identify that object by using CSS selector, by using XPath selector, by using ID, by using name. So whatever you can able to fill it as. Okay, right. Then fake email.com. What is the next one? Again, so we are verifying that the typed fake @email.com is correctly typed over there or not. As a manual tester, you have a sense. You can intellectually identify that typed characters are displayed or not. But I'm a tool, Cypress tool. I don't want to think on your own, right? I don't have a capability to think on my own. You need to educate me. How to educate? cy.get. Again, we are retrieving this field. Then verify the text. Should have dot value. What we need to do? Have dot value. So fake email.com. Let's say that just RS is not a meaningful. I'm entering fak@email.com. I'm trying to get fake@email.com, which is not possible. Let's try to run our script. Where exactly our runner? This is a Cypress runner. Yes, we identified that. We navigated to type and we typed it. Success. But typed data we are validating. Failed. Why it is failed? See this? అరే బాబు నువ్వేమో fake@email.com ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నావు నీ స్క్రిప్ట్ ప్రకారం. నా దగ్గర ఏముంది అంటే fak@email.com. కరెక్ట్ గానే పని చేస్తున్నా Cypress? As a manual tester, can we able to test this Cypress application by giving small inputs? అర్థమైందా లేదా? Right. So what are the should command used? First one, include. You are familiar with include. So is this content, is this text is included or not? Next, cy.get. Okay, so your option dot should is always useful for any method. Get contains URL, whatever you can name it. The assertion is should లో ఏముందమ్మా ఇంతకుముందు include వాడాం కదా. Have dot value. So is this value is correct or not to define that? Is it easy or not? So in the document, is it mentioned or not for your easy practice? So is Cypress documentation is strong? Can we learn many things? Next. Next, manual test case. This is the manual test case. Visit this website, find the element with the type, click on it, get the URL, assert includes command.action, get the input with the action email data test. And this is the input we are providing. Assert input reflects the new code. Manual testing and ఇదే కదా. దీని Cypress తో ఈజీగా ఆటోమేట్ చేయగలుగుతామా లేదా? కాంటెక్స్ట్ మనకు తెలిస్తే సైప్రస్ కోడ్ ఈజీయా కాదు. If it is a manual test case, if you are able to write the same thing, we are converting into the automation, right? దీన్ని అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి కామన్ సెన్స్ కావాలి, అంతే తప్ప ఆటోమేషన్ రాయడానికి అక్కర్లేదు. If you are able to understand what exactly you are supposed to do, if you note down in your paper, Cypress is easily automate your script. So given when then cucumber framework. So given what? Let's I don't want to complex it. So when then let's find a video for your easy reference. So if you are really having some inertia to do your scripting, let's play a video and grab the information. So we understand cy.visit to browse the URL. To understand .click is useful to go to the new page, from current page to another page by clicking on a hyperlink or button. Next thing ఏమన్నాయండి, all to finish మనకు అక్కర్లేదు సార్. Next page. So this is record test with Cypress Studios. So I already mentioned the paid version, right? Paid version is Cypress Studio. Same application ni మనం రికార్డ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్, బట్ ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ రికమెండబుల్ ఇన్ ద రియల్ టైం. సో రియల్ టైంలో మనం ఏమి రికమెండ్ చేయట్లేదు సార్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకొక ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఏంటంటే Cypress Cloud కూడా is not that much required at the initial stage. Where are the methods? Right. So these are the query commands, sir. Very simple. As. Okay. So as is a command. The syntax is as and your name and your option. This is an example. cy.get a location and find, and that location find this and first as first name. So similar to this, you have contains. So as is also is not required. Contains is a alphabetical order. Let's go with the important things. Contains is required. We already familiar with the contains, right? We practiced the contains or not? cy.contains, cy.get.contains. We already verified them. Those are the syntaxes. Right? One important thing is contains. So any web application must have comments. First one is cy.get or cy.visit. We'll start from here. Second one, cy.get. Third one, right? Next, there is a equal. So for this particular should dot contains, should dot equal. So that is the equal. So you are verifying that items. Okay. So if you identify any locator, in that locator we have 5 elements. Array, you can call it as array. You identify a location. So there we have 5 elements. So which element you need to consider? Dot equal to 1, dot equal to 0, dot equal to 2, dot equal to 3. Right. So this is the locator. In this locator, there are 5 elements. First element belongs to dot equal to 1, 0, dot equal to 1, dot equal to 2, dot equal to 3. So coming to our example. Right? We can able to make it as okay, or child. So we can able to make it as somewhat clear. dot equal to 0. Either it is nth child you can able to use, or you can able to make it as, you can able to read it, and in this particular field equal to 0 first item, equal to 1 second item, equal to 2 third item, similar to that. It's a kind of array behavior. And next, find. So find, as English meaning states that we need to find the element, the selected element. You can able to find the selector, find the item. Dot article is a selector. In the dot article, so you have so many things which we need. Find footer, find header, find selector, those things. Find is also an important thing. cy dot get dot, to find something we need to give the input. Find. Right? This is another command. So we are already familiar with the get, right? Get an example. So we have a last item, we have a first item. I don't want to touch that. Title. So title of the page, heading of the page. These are very basic comments. Before you are putting your Cypress into the resume, just go through these things and practice and make your resume ready with Cypress. And second one is URL. We already verified with URL, right? And options. cy dot URL. Next, assertions. So what we verified is sufficient. Make your shirt, okay, readily available with your application. That's why. Different arguments available here. Should be visible, should have CSS, should have value, match, something like that. So these are the examples. Should be dot disabled, should be activated, okay, should be selected. What are the list of methods? Multiple commands. Should use with and. Okay, should have class active and not have the class inactive. Multiple validations include with and operator. Should contains and not contains, something like that. So multiple, this is called as chain comments. So cy dot get button dot click. Okay, so you operated click operation and verifying that is it having the active and not have the class inactive. So if it is disabled mode, reverse or right. Should have the class inactive and not have the class active. Okay, na? So chaining the comments with the help of should and other comments available here. Right, so assertions we are using should, and actions. So click, double click, right click, scroll to view, scroll to select, select file, okay, type, uncheck. Check and uncheck is useful to submission problem is form submission. So go with this. So dot uncheck value. So it's already selected. You need to deselect. Go with the uncheck. So identifying the value is from the selectors only. cy dot get. Select that item. Dot uncheck. Job is over. Check. Select. Uncheck. Deselect. Clear. Clear the form. Or clear the entered value. You already typed email. You want to clear. Make it as a clear. Click. We are already familiar, right? Double click. You know that, right? Simple operations. Simple APIs we can call it as. Okay. Right click. Whenever you want to use right click in your application, you can able to use right click. So simple English methods are directly deployed into the Cypress commands. So what are the assertion action items we are using? cy dot get dot click, double click, right click. Okay, next cy dot get dot check. What else? Okay, 9 cy dot get dot. Okay, select. Drop down list. You need to select the item, right? Select the value. This is the usage. Select which user. If you have 3 users, user 1. If you know the UI commands very well, then automation is very easy. Next, select a file. Select a item. Select a file. What do you mean by select a file? So input the file, or if you have multiple PDF files, you need to select one. Select and file name. So these are the very basic commands available. Okay, so to work on. And type command you already familiar, right? So to input your field. So type cheyalante type kotalante cy dot type kotal sir. Select cheyalante cy dot select kotali. Click kavalante cy dot click kotali. Inke sir custom. If you know UI components, Cypress is easy. You don't want to remember external commands, third-party plugins to do all these operations. English, sir. UI components, sir. Your job is done. Only complexity is identifying the location of that particular object. Difficult observe identifying the particular location of the object. Then you shortcut cy.visit application open cheyandi. Open chesin tarvata playground untadi. A playground lo select cheste manaku kavalsina item select ayipotundi kada. For practice purpose it is easy. If not, we can able to use with CSS selector and export. So దాని గురించి detailed గా సో కోర్స్ లో మాత్రమే మనం మాట్లాడగలం. 2 hours లో మనం దాని గురించి డిస్కస్ చేయాలి. That is very difficult. So just we are giving a thought to understand Cypress. Practice Cypress easy compared to other tools. If you know English, if you know UI components, your job is easy. It is supporting only browser based applications. It is a modern automation tool for modern web applications. That's it. So these are the list of items which we are must have commands. And Cypress we just deal with. Okay, so this is the clear cookies and all these things. Right, fine. So there is a for each command. So we have multiple it blocks, right? So every block it is contains cy.visit. If you want to generalize and make it as a describe test suite మొత్తానికి మనకు prerequisite ఉంటది కదమ్మా, అదేంటి అప్లికేషన్ ఓపెన్ చేయడం. దాన్ని తీసుకొచ్చి బిఫోర్ ఈచ్ లో పెట్టేసాం అనుకోండి, ప్రతి ఇట్ బ్లాక్ కి ఇది యాక్సెస్ అవుతుంది. సో బిఫోర్ ఈచ్ ఐ విల్ షో యు దట్. ఏమీ తెలియకపోతే ఏం చేయాలి సార్? సైప్రస్ మీకోసమే డైరెక్ట్ గా ల్యాండ్ అయిపోతాం అక్కడ. కాపీ చేయడం, పేస్ట్ చేయడం. అండర్స్టాండ్ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ప్రాక్టీస్ ఇట్ ఫర్ యువర్ ఫ్యూచర్ పర్పస్. One URL, second URL. And we have couple of channels in LinkedIn. Okay, so we have couple of channels in the blogs as well to read Cypress, and they are conducting so many webinars. Okay, so to encourage you to learn new things. Okay, we are running out of time, so I'll wind up in next 2 to 3 minutes. So what are there? Before each. So before means just before this step. Before each means for every step. Let's see the before each. So this is the statement. For it one, test one, we have a cypress.visit. So test two also we have a sci.visit. Sci.visit. So what I am trying to do? Before. This is the syntax. So I'll share this link as well. So Flip Rick is one of the developer in the Cypress tool. A reference site. Here also just blindly copy it. Before each. Simple. Like it block, copy this. Put it on your code. I'm encouraging you to do the copy paste. Why? Because it is easy. So you don't want to think on your own. Just copy paste and customize. So that is the best practice in the initial days to make yourself ready for automation. All right. What should I eliminate here? Right, fine. Okay. In the describe, I am using before each. So what is the URL we are supposed to eliminate from here? Okay. So one test case. And here also repeating, right? Just can we able to remove or not? Yes. Run. Last script for the day. Which spec we updated? Spec.cy. Just let me run. Oh, it is not running. This is the last one. We can able to close this with before each. So simple. The simple English is before each means what? For every script, it needs to run the same thing. If you know the English, Cypress is easy. If you don't know the English, same complexity we have. So executing before each. Something is went wrong with the script. We modified some script. Okay. Okay, we customized this, right? స్క్రిప్ట్ ని గందరగోళం చేయకండి సార్, జాగ్రత్తగా చూస్ చేసుకోండి, ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. గందరగోళం చేస్తే ఎక్కడ తప్పు వచ్చిందో తెలియడానికి ఒక రోజు పట్టుతుంది ఇనిషియల్ డేస్ లో. బ్లైండ్లీ కాపీ పేస్ట్ అండ్ సీ ద సింటాక్స్. జస్ట్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్. running the script. So before each, for every each block, it needs to refer this command. And a site like one code run see this again, it's failing. Why? Oh, I just copied it. It's supposed to be 1. Okay, that's fine. 1 pass, 1 fail. So can you able to run at least one script based on the 2 days discussion? Cypress install cheskuni run chesi Cypress GUI to playground lo vaadukoni, can we able to run as a manual tester? Can we able to run few scripts? Can you able to say that I have knowledge on Cypress, not an experience? 2 రోజుల్లో experience పెట్టించడానికి నేను సిద్ధంగా లేను, మీరు సిద్ధంగా లేరని మీకు తెలుసు. So we need to spend at least 3 to 4 weeks of time. So on this Cypress to make yourself ready with 1 year of experience. Again, it's failing. Yeah, it's previously failed. Now we need to run. Sir, Control S కొడితే రన్ అవుతుంది సార్. కాపీ చేసి పేస్ట్ చేస్తే రన్ అవుతుంది. ఇంకేం కావాలండి మనకి? కొంచెం కామన్ సెన్స్ లైక్ ఏ మాన్యువల్ టెస్టర్, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అకామిడేట్ దట్, ద Cypress is easy. గెట్ అంటే గెట్ చేస్తుంది, విజిట్ అంటే విజిట్ చేస్తుంది, టైప్ అంటే టైప్ చేస్తుంది, సెలెక్ట్ అంటే సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, షుడ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ కామన్ వర్డే కదా కంపారిజన్ కి. షుడ్ అంటే షుడ్ బి విజిబుల్ అంటే విజిబుల్ చేస్తుంది, షుడ్ బి నాట్ విజిబుల్ అంటే నాట్ విజిబుల్ అని ఉంటుంది, డాట్ ఈక్వల్ అంటే ఈక్వల్ చేస్తుంది. ఇంకేం కావాలి సార్? మాక్సిమం ఒక 50 కమెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి సార్. 50 కమెంట్స్ చదవడానికి ఎన్ని రోజులు పట్టదు? 5 రోజులు సరిపోద్దా? We can easily become that. UI automation tester. Next we have a API automation in the same Cypress. It requires 1 week of time. అలా ఒక 4 వారాలు మనకి కాదనుకుంటే. So we can able to become a Cypress automation tester. Spend a daily 3 hours of time. So 1.5 hour for reading, 1.5 hour for practice in the same document, cypress.io. I'll give you few reference URLs as well. So based on that we can able to take him. ఏం సార్ ఇది మనకి సక్సెస్ కానంటుంది వాళ్ళ లాస్ట్ లో వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు ఇబ్బంది పెడుతుంది. సరిపోయింది అంటారా? రన్ అవుతుందండి దిస్ టైం. మేబీ మనం కొన్ని ప్రీవియస్ వాలిడేషన్స్ కావాలని ఫెయిల్ చేసాము, అవి ఎక్కడ చూసుకొని తీసేసారు. యా, సో ఈమెయిల్ రావడం ఫెయిల్ పెట్టుకున్నామండి. మేబీ దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఇట్ వాస్ ఫెయిల్. సో సెకండ్ సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ we wantedly before each is again is calling, right? So you remove the URL, but it is before each is activated here. This is the execution of before each. So you don't want to give URL for each iteration, right? So each block before each వాడుకుంటాం. అట్లాగే ఆఫ్టర్ ఈచ్ ఫెయిల్ ఎందుకనిందండి? చదవండి. దేనికి వచ్చిందమ్మా? కంటెంట్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ విత్ ఇన్ ద ఎలిమెంట్ రావట్లేదు. అరే బాబు నువ్వు ఫెయిల్యూర్ అడుగుతున్నావు, నాకు సక్సెస్ వచ్చింది. ఎక్కడండి అది? ఇటరేషన్ 2. ఇక్కడ ఏం రావాలి మనకి? మన ఫెయిల్యూర్ వచ్చాం బగ్ పెట్టుకోవాలి, బట్ స్క్రిప్ట్ పాస్ అవ్వాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? సక్సెస్ చేయాలి. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద థింగ్. వి వాంట్ టు సీ ఆల్ గ్రీన్స్. ఎస్, వి హావ్ టు మేక్ ఇట్ ఎ సక్సెస్. లేదు రియల్ టైమ్ లో మన ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ప్రకారం అయితే ఫెయిల్ పెట్టుకున్నాం కదా, ఈ ఫెయిల్యూర్ ఏం చేయాలి? బగ్ లాక్ చేసి డెవలపర్ కి అసైన్ చేయాలి. మిస్టర్ డెవలపర్, సో ఫస్ట్ సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ నీట్ బి సక్సెస్, సెకండ్ సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ కి ఆల్రెడీ నువ్వు సబ్స్క్రైబ్ అయ్యేవారని చెప్పి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చూపించాలని మనం పెట్టుకోవాలి. దట్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్ ఫంక్షన్. అది చేయడానికి ఎంతసేపు పడుతుంది? 10 నిమిషాలు సరిపోయింది కదా. సో స్లోలీ లెర్న్ ద థింగ్స్ అండ్ అడాప్ట్ ద న్యూ మెథడ్స్. సింపుల్ మెథడ్. ఒక 50 మెథడ్స్ చదువుకున్నారు సైప్రస్ అయిపోయింది. మెథడ్, ఎక్స్ప్లనేషన్, ఎగ్జాంపుల్, కస్టమైజ్ టు యువర్ అప్లికేషన్. అప్లికేషన్ కూడా లోకల్లో పెట్టుకోవాలి కదా, ఇంటర్నెట్ కూడా అవసరం లేదు. సో యూజువల్లీ దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఐ ప్రొవైడెడ్ ద లోకల్ హోస్ట్. మీ ఇంటర్నెట్ తో కూడా సంబంధం లేకుండా మీ కామన్ సెన్స్, మీ టైం ఉంటే యువర్ బికమ్ ఏ Cypress automation tester within the 4 weeks of time. అంటే ఇంత ఈజీగా ఉండదు. సో వీ నీడ్ టు రన్ విత్ సమ్ కమెంట్స్ కూడా చూపిస్తానండి. ఇట్స్ డన్. సో బ్రౌజర్ కమాండ్స్ వీ హ్యావ్. హౌ టు రన్? సో ఒక అప్లికేషన్ ఇది సార్, examples.cypress.io. It will provide you the examples for each and every command which we documented in the notepad. Okay, next. గైడ్స్ ఇచ్చాడు, వాడే ఏపీఐస్ ఇచ్చాడు, ప్లగిన్స్ ఇచ్చాడు. దెర్ ఈస్ ఏ కాన్సెప్ట్ కాల్డ్ లెర్న్ సార్. నేను మనం డిస్కస్ చేసిందంతా దీని నుంచేనండి. హౌ టు లాంచ్ బ్రౌజర్. So these are the advanced concepts. Cypress Cloud, Cypress integration tool ki initial ga velakandi. So once you are perfect with writing your code, so then we can able to go with the Cypress integration. Okay, continuous integration is nothing but integrating with the Jenkins, Bamboo, okay, Circle CI, okay. So GitLab ఇలా కొన్ని థర్డ్ పార్టీ వెండర్స్ ని మనం ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఇది బ్రౌజర్ సార్. cypress.browser అనేది ఒక మెథడ్ అండి. Run Cypress from CLI. మనం ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ కంప్లీట్ చేసాం కదమ్మా. సో ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ కమాండ్స్. సో npx cypress run. Cypress ఓపెన్ మనం వాడుతున్నాం GUI లో. కమాండ్ లైన్ లో రన్ అవ్వాలంటే రన్. సో GUI ఓపెన్ చేయాలంటే ఓపెన్ సార్. సో అవి కూడా అక్కర్లేదు మనకి. జస్ట్ బ్లైండ్ గా రెండు కమాండ్స్ చూసుకుని వెళ్ళిపోదామండి. వాట్ యు మీన్ బై క్రాస్ బ్రౌజర్ టెస్టింగ్? చెకింగ్ ద అప్లికేషన్ ఆన్ different browsers. We already verified Firefox, Chrome, Electron, and we have Edge as well. Select it and do it on this. This is it. Chrome లో చేసుకో, Edge లో చేసుకో, Electron చేసుకో, Firefox చేసుకో. ఏది సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తే అది రన్ అవుతుంది కదా. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ బ్రౌజర్ కంపాటబిలిటీ టెస్టింగ్ ఆర్ క్రాస్ బ్రౌజర్ టెస్టింగ్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద రన్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద వన్ we are looking for. Let me close the GUI for your easy understanding. Open the command prompt. Okay, so this is the application. This is where we are. npx cypress run browser Firefox. ఇలా ఇస్తే మొత్తం రన్ అవుతుందండి. మొత్తం స్క్రిప్ట్ అంతా రన్ అవుతుంది. లెట్స్ సీ. So see this dev tool listening, something like that. There is something information. అంటే బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ ఆపరేషన్స్ నడుస్తున్నాయి సార్. సో npx cypress run browser Firefox. సో npm టూల్స్ అని ఈజీగా ఉంటాయి సార్. ఏమైనా తేడా కమాండ్ ఇచ్చామంటే తిట్టేస్తుంది. ఇట్ విల్ ఎడ్యుకేట్ యూ అండ్ కరెక్ట్ యువర్ మిస్టేక్. అరే బాబు ఇది కాదు, ఇది వాడు అని చెప్తుంది. దిస్ ఈస్ రన్నింగ్ సార్. సో which test script it is running? ram.cy. హెడ్లెస్ మోడ్, హెడ్ మోడ్ రెండు ఉంటాయి సార్. సో అవి కూడా ఇంపార్టెంట్. $22 టెస్ట్లో ఫస్ట్ టెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను నేను చెప్తుంది సార్. Is it meaningful, right? So this is the command line. So interface we are using for our actual automation in the company. GUI వాడి చేయండి, చాలా అరుదు. ఓకే, సో సింపుల్ గా స్క్రిప్ట్ రాసుకోవడం, రన్ చేసుకోవడం. ఇప్పుడు హ్యాండ్స్ ఆన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు, రానప్పుడు యూఐకి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ మనం చెక్ చేసుకుని మేక్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ రెడీ ఫర్ CLI. ఓకేనా? మై ఫస్ట్ టెస్ట్ రన్ అవుతుందండి. పాస్ అయితే పాస్ అవుతుంది, ఫెయిల్ అయితే ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ ఇట్ విల్ రన్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. సో స్క్రీన్ షాట్స్, వీడియోస్ అవన్నీ చూద్దాం సార్. సో జస్ట్ చూసి వైండ్ అప్ చేద్దాం. మీకు ఇక్కడ స్క్రీన్ షాట్ అనే ఒక ఫోల్డర్ వచ్చింది, ఇంతకుముందు లేదు చూడండి. సో వీడియోస్ అని వచ్చింది, రన్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత మనకు వస్తాయండి. ఇదంతా అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ వీడియో ఫోల్డర్ వస్తుంది రన్కి, స్క్రీన్ షాట్స్ మీకు రన్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి అన్నీ వస్తాయి. ఇస్ ద ఫెయిర్ గా ఉందా లేదా? స్క్రీన్ షాట్ కావాలంటే స్క్రీన్ షాట్ వస్తుంది, వీడియో కావాలంటే వీడియో వస్తుంది. ఇంకా మనకి ఏం కావాలి సార్? సివై డాట్ గెట్ అంటే గెట్ తెచ్చుకుంటుంది, సివై డాట్ రన్ అంటే రన్ చేసుకుంటుంది, అన్ని అయిపోతాయి సార్, ఈజీగానే ఉంటాయి. సో యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ సైప్రస్ స్టాండ్స్ ఫర్ సివై డాట్ యువర్ ఇంగ్లీష్ కమెంట్స్. దానికోసం ఏపీఐ రెఫరెన్సెస్ ఇచ్చాను కదా, లెట్స్ గో విత్ దిస్ రెఫరెన్సెస్. ఎన్ని రోజులు పట్టుద్దాం నేర్చుకోవడానికి? సంవత్సరం పట్టుద్దా? 2 సంవత్సరాలు పట్టుద్దా? కెన్ వి ఏబుల్ టు మేక్ ఇట్ as in weeks of time? So just they are starting with the Cypress, they are playing with the Cypress, they are no robust experts. Okay, maximum 3 years and video is on the way. ఓకే, సో చూడండి ఇక్కడ మనకి వర్కౌట్ ఉంటుంది చూడండి, అయిపోయింది. సో రన్నింగ్ సెకండ్ స్క్రిప్ట్ రన్ అవుతుంది, అంటే ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి కదా మనకి సైప్రస్ గెటింగ్ స్టార్టెడ్ అయిపోయింది. ఓకే, అడ్వాన్స్డ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ అవుతుంది. సో వన్స్ దట్ ఈస్ డన్ వీ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు సీ ద అవుట్పుట్. సో వీడియో ఫాల్స్ అండి, వీడియో వద్దన్నారంట, వీడియో కావాలంటే వస్తుంది. సో దట్స్ ఇట్, వీ కెన్ సీ. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ కమాండ్ లైన్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్. సార్ నా ఫైర్ ఫాక్స్ వద్దు సార్, క్రోమ్ కావాలి. Let's go with that. So these are the commands. Where is simple గా మనకి టేబుల్లో లేనిది ఏమైనా ఉందండి? Everything we are occupied from this. Where is that? Cross browser testing. Cypress run browser Firefox. So if you want to run on Edge, Cypress run -- browser. Browser name is, this is the Firefox. If you want to run on Edge, make it as Edge. If you want to run on Chrome, కమాండ్ లైన్ టూల్స్ కూడా ఎక్కువసేపు పట్టుద్దండి, ఈజీగానే ఉందా కమాండ్? So these are the browsers which are supporting by your Cypress. సో బ్రౌజర్స్ ఎలా లాంచ్ చేయాలి, ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలి, సో సఫారీ అంటే ఏంటి, సో దానికి ఏం చేయాలి, ఇవన్నీ ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది సార్. సో ఏ క్రోమ్ వర్షన్ సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంది, ఏ క్రోమ్ వర్షన్ నాట్ సపోర్టెడ్, ఇవన్నీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీకు ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. దిస్ ఈస్ ద Cypress run headed mode. So that means browser will be open and run on the browser. Headless mode, no browser, backend it will run. So we are running headless mode. If you want to run in head, this is the header. You can launch Chrome like this. Okay, so already మనం లాంచ్ చేసాం కదా Firefox ని ఇదే కమాండ్ తో. చూడండి, రన్ క్రోమియం, క్రోమ్ బీటా మీరు డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. ఆ బ్రౌజర్ మీ దగ్గర ఉంటే ఈ రెస్పెక్టివ్ కమాండ్ తో we can able to run it. If you don't have a browser, can we able to run? No. So this is the command for Edge. Will it work out? ఈజీగానే ఉందండి. ఇది కూడా ఈజీగా లేకపోతే ఈజీగా ఉండే టూల్ దొరకదు సార్. So WebKit is for your Safari end. You can able to read this if you want to make your Safari ready. So Cypress has experimental support for WebKit. It's not a default support. Okay, Safari browser engine. So testing your app with WebKit is representative of how app would run in Safari. So the information to chestaru. So it is not advisable. At this point of time, we can't able to say that. So we are not running in the Safari. Safari usually man browser vadutunama. So only Mac and iPhone applications. So we have a headed mode execution from CLI, and one more is headless. From CLI. You got to practice this. If you all are done, then you can able to apply for Cypress openings. So 9 out of 22. So configuring every command, you can able to understand what exactly going in the commands. What commands are executing by your Cypress. Running 10. Every file spec is a test case for us. How many test cases we have? 22. How many are done? 10 are done. Right. Okay. This is command line execution. CLI, command line interface. GUI, graphical user interface. So NPX Cypress open. UI will be open. NPX Cypress run will run on the command line argument. Ye argument to headless mode, sir. If you want to mention as headed mode, you can able to mention headed mode. And you want to specify your spec. Okka ranne cheyalankondi. Daniki hyphen specify. A spec. So what else you require? Can I able to practice? And we have another thing, Cypress shortcuts. We have another blog with Cypress shortcuts. What is his blog name? Tips and tricks, it seems. Gleb. Cypress tips and tricks, sir. Okay, alante manaki easy ga untadi kada. Cypress tips. So these are the famous blogs which we can able to upskill yourself in the Cypress. So basically, okay, so మన Cypress website అనేది సరిపోతుంది సార్. But ఒక site తో మనం హ్యాపీగా ఫీల్ అవ్వం కదా. So that's the reason we have multiple blogs. So documents docs.cypress.io is a fundamental, okay, reference to go with this. Tips and tricks, sir. He is providing one information. Blog post. And this is one of the blog for your reference. How to write some codes in the Cypress. Same in the way how we described our Cypress, the same way. Google lo kottandi, tips and tricks kottandi. So best way of Cypress and pettandi. So you can able to learn how you want. These are the couple of mee munde chupinchanu kada. So these are the sub couple of blogs which is available to practice. For if you have any questions, you want to connect with me. So this is my email ID where you can able to connect with me for all your questions with respect to your Cypress. Right? So any questions online, guys?